I am Daksh, and today we are going to cover up functions part 2. Let us first see what are we going to cover up in this video. First is a little recap of the previous video, next is flow of execution, then parameters and argument, then fruitful functions and void function, and then at last we have why do we need functions. Let us look at a little recap. First of all, we learned about integer, string, float, where it converts a string or any one of these to another kind. Next, we have maths, in which we need to import maths, and there were many kinds of maths function. For example, ratio, radians, sin, square root. So then we did the random. In this, we imported random and we did random. It gave a number from 0.0 to 1.0. Then choice, which gave you a random number from the value you have put. Finally, we had def function in which you made your own function. Then we learned about definition and its uses. Flow of execution. We all read in a manner from top to bottom, but in the flow of execution it is little different. Let us look at an example. Think that you have made your own Alexa and now you want to revise it, and you have used def too. So when we call def, the whole program is not shown there. So you have to go back to the line you have written the def program and you have to memorize the number where you left. Of course, you are not good at it, but Python is. This is called the flow of execution.
We have noticed a parenthesis in every function that we write. These parentheses contain parameters. In the example that is given, you can see that the Python function contains the parameter of Bruce. So when we print Bruce in the function and then we call Python with the argument a as a parameter, we get the result as a, which is very simple. In the other example too, we can see that Bruce being the parameter of Python function and us multiplying a, which is the parameter of Python in this case, times 8 gives us a 8 times. This is very intuitive. Python is the function, while the parentheses it holds contain the parameters.
Python provides various functions which may or may not return value. The functions which return any value are called as fruitful function. The function which does not return any value are called as void function. Fruitful function means the function that gives result or return values after execution. Some functions get executed but doesn't return any value. While writing fruitful functions, we expect a return value and so we must assign it to a variable to hold return value. In void function, you can display a value on screen but cannot return a value. A void function may or may not have a return statement. If void function has a return statement, then it is returned without any expression. Check out the example. We give the variable x a value that is 42. We use the return function for x variable. X into 5, that is 42 into 5, is 210, and same as above, 42 into 10 is 420. Why do we need functions? As we know, functions make the program shorter. We have to only debug once if there is a traceback. When we have to write a big code, they are very helpful.